This is Go Math, Chapter 1, Lesson 5, Rename Numbers. I believe that this is one of the harder lessons of Chapter 1, but we're going to get it. We're going to do our very best. We're going to just go through it, and I think that we'll be okay. When I look at this page that I have up on the board, this is actually page 31 in your book if you want to follow along with me. I see a picture of a student here looking at some base 10 blocks. We have green base 10 blocks with our Go Math program. That is what we were given to use. And so I have some here in front of me. Let's look at them and try to be reminded of what they are like, what they look like. So, first of all, I have one of these. This one's my favorite. I think this is just fun. I don't know, I like this one. This is what we call a large cube. How many small cubes are in this large cube? Do you remember? There are 1,000 small cubes in this large cube. The next one I have is, what's this one called? Do you remember? This is called a flat. A flat. How many small cubes are in this flat? There are 100 small cubes in this flat. If I take it, it actually lines up with my large cube. And then I have one more to show you today. This guy. What's this one called? This is called a long, and there are how many cubes, small cubes, in a long? You can count them, you have the time, but there are 10 small cubes in a long. I do not have any small cubes right now. They did not come in my kit, unfortunately, but you know what a small cube looks like. It looks like just that right there, okay? So you're probably like, I don't have any of those at home. That's okay. We can represent numbers by drawing them, okay? So just right off the bat, I'm gonna turn off my screen and I'm going to show you how Miss Hyman likes to draw these cubes. So first of all, we're gonna start off with the smallest one. We have a small cube. And this might be something, if you take notes, this would be good to take notes on. It is 1, it's valued of 1, and that's how I draw a small cube. You can also do it as like a dot. That works too. Sometimes I do that. Then we have our longs. I show a long by a line. Most of the time that's how I draw a long, or I can do this, like a long box. And that's valued at 10. There's 10 in there. Okay. And then the next one, we have a flat. And what I like to do is put what it's worth inside of it, so I remember that this is a 100. There's 100 in there. Or you could write the word flat in there. Because now we have this big guy, our large cube. And how I like to draw it for my students is like this. And you do not have to do this, but you can. Is I like to draw a 3-dimensional cube. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but there is an easier way to do it. What it does in our book is they will draw a square and put a T in it, and that T stands for 1,000. You could put 1,000 in it so you know that it's 1,000, because otherwise that looks like that, okay? So when you're drawing them, you have to draw them in a way that you know the difference between that and that, also that. I prefer when we draw these that you do this dot, or you just make it small enough so I know that there's the difference. This is called a large cube, and it's worth 1,000, the biggest one that we have. Okay? So if you're taking notes, pause the video and go ahead and write those down. Like I said, you do not have to do that. That can be difficult, okay? You can do that. It's up to you. Alrighty, now we're gonna go back to the book. You can regroup numbers to rename them. Use large cubes and flats to model 1,200. Draw a quick picture to record your model. Hold up, wait a minute. We need to talk about what a quick picture is, because sometimes my students think that drawing a quick picture means this. It was super quick, I did it. Yes, you did draw a picture quick, but that's not what it means in math. In Go Math, in our lessons, a quick picture means drawing a picture to represent numbers, okay? Using base 10 blocks, so what we just went over. So when we draw a quick picture, we're going to be drawing what I just showed you on the board. So we are drawing a quick picture to record our model. What are we looking at? 1,200. Okay, 1,000. We have our large cube. I'm going to write a big box, and I'm going to put a T in it with 1,000 this time. That's how I'm going to represent him. Now I have to represent 200. Well, what's the next thing? What's 100? We have these guys, these flats. There's 100 in there. But how many hundreds do we have? 2. So we have to draw 2 flats, which honestly, they're going to look the same. So inside them, I can write flat if I want, and 100. If you want to be fancy pants, you can turn your large cube into a 3D model. Okay? Now we're down here. The model shows large cubes and flats. Another name for 1,200 is 1,000 hundreds. Okay. The model shows how many large cubes? 1. And how many flats? 2. Another name for 1,200 is 1,002 hundredths. So the way they wrote this 1,200s, is almost like a combination of our standard form, where we write in all numbers, and our word form. They're breaking it down. Part B. Use only flats to model 1,200. Draw a quick picture to record your model. Okay, so at this point now we are renaming this 1,200, but we can't use our large cube. We used him in the first problem, he's gone, we can't use him. We can only use flats. What is a flat worth? 100. So I'm going to draw as many 100s as there are in 1,200. Okay, here I go. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. There are 10 hundreds, or 1,000, 1,100, and 1,200. That's our number, 1,200. How many flats are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The model shows 12 flats. Another name for 1,200 is 12 hundreds. I want you to notice something. In our number 1,200, do you see the number 12 in there? I see the number 12 right there, separated by a comma. And when we have 2 zeros with a 1 in front of it, that's 100, right? 1,200. That might be something to help us out to check our answer. I'll remember that. Now, you're probably like, Ms. Hyman, why do I need to know this? Why couldn't I have just did what we did up there? This is a great answer. I think that is the easiest and smartest and shortest way to show 1,200. But, hey, let's talk about some money. Want to talk about money again? I always love to talk about money. If you are going to get $1,200. You can say $1,200. $1,200, and you're going to get it in only $100 bills. You're going to get 12 $100 bills to get 1,200. So I could put a dollar sign in front of each one of these and pretend that they are dollar bills. Okay, pretend I did it to all of them. If I gave you 12 $100 bills, how much money will you have? $1,200. Pretty cool. All right, we're going to go on. Like I said, this is one of those harder lessons. So if you don't get it yet, you will. I believe in you. I'm going down to the page called Share and Show. If you are following along with me in your book, you do not have to, but if you are, this is page 33. The directions say, rename the number, draw a quick picture to help. Once again, we're not drawing a picture of a cat, we're not drawing a picture of a person. We are drawing base 10 blocks. We are drawing large cubes, flats, longs, and small cubes. Okay, so we are drawing a quick picture to help. On number 1, our number is 150. Now, we are only looking at tens here. So we can't use a flat because a flat is a 100. We can only use longs because longs are tens. So we can only represent 150 with our sticks. Okay? So I am going to draw as many tens, as many longs as it takes to get up to 150. I'm just going to draw a stick, okay? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. Stop! We're at 150. So how many tens did it take to get 150? 1, 2, well, let me go ahead and label them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 tens. Ms. Hyman, why couldn't I use a flat here? Well, the example wanted us to use longs. Also, when will you use this in life? Money, 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 money. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna get $150, but you're only gonna get $150 in $10 bills. How many $10 bills are you gonna get? 15 $10 bills to equal 150. Let's look at that number 150. Do you see that number 15 and 150? I do. 15, and how many zeros are in tens? There's 1 0 in a 10. So 15 tens. It's a way to check your answer. All right, let's go on to number 2. We're looking at something bigger, 1,400. How many hundreds? Oh, darn it. I can't use a large cube. I can only use hundreds. So I'm only going to use my flats here, which are worth 100. I'm going to count by 100s until I get to 1,400. Okay, are you ready? 1, and I'm going to put an F in it for flat. Or I could draw 100, but I'm going to do an F. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400. Oh, got to 1,400. Now I'm going to count them up and see how many flats make up 1,400. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There are 14 hundreds in 1,400. Now let's check it. Let's look at 1,400. You see that number 14 in 1,400. There are 2 zeros. How many zeros are in 100? 2. 1,400. It's a way to check your answer. And another way to say 1,400 is 1,400. You might hear your family say that at home. My parents say that all the time. I usually say 1,400, but they're like 1,400. Okay. We are going to do at least one more because I know this can be difficult. So let's look at number 3. Actually, no. No. I don't want to look at number 3. I want to look at the homework page on here, which no, is not your homework. Your homework is to do the interactive student edition today. But I want to look at the homework page, okay? So the homework for this 1.5, that isn't your homework, but it's just the homework page. Like I said, you do not have to do this page, but if you want to follow along with me, you can. Is on page 35. At the top, it says rename the number. Use the place value chart to help. We have 760 hundreds equals what? And it gave us the answer of 76,000. So now we're kind of doing the reverse of what we've already done, okay? This was the example. They had 760 hundreds, and how did they make it 76,000? Well, they took that number, 76, and they filled it out in their place value chart. They put 76, and it's actually 760, I'm sorry. And they filled it out there because it's 760 hundredths. And you're probably like, how did they know to put it there? I'm not really sure how they got it there. I'm going to give you my trick. Rewrite that number, 760 over here. Okay? How many zeros are in 100? 100. 2. So I'm going to take those 2 zeros and write it behind. Now, put in your comma. A comma is separated by every 3 numbers, so 1, 2, 3, comma. From the right, going to left. 1, 2, 3, comma. 76,000. Let's try it down here. We have 24 10,000s. How many zeros are in 10,000s? Okay, well, let's look. If we filled it out to 10,000s, where would we go? And the 24 goes here. 10,000s. In 10,000s, there are 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, separated by a comma. $240,000. You can also do it another way. That's kind of backwards. Let me show another way. 24 10,000s. You fill it to the 10,000s place. 24. 24 10,000s, and the rest are zeros. I personally think that doing it the reverse way is harder than going down and renaming it this way when you can draw a quick picture. Okay? Let's draw one more quick picture. Let's do number 4. 4,700 equals 47 what? Well, let's draw it out. 4,700s. So 4 large cubes. Hang on, let me redraw this so it's not over the words. I'll do it above it. 4 large cubes. You do not have to draw your cubes this way. Okay, and inside there's 1,000 in each. And then 700s. I'm going to put an F in each one for flat. Okay. When we add all of these up, there's 4,700. There's 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700. So it's 4,700, and they put 47 here. 4,700. You can also write in the word hundreds here. Okay? Now I know this is so confusing. I know, okay? I understand. So I just want you to do your very best. Do the Interactive Student Edition. Know that the Interactive Student Edition is a completion grade, so if you don't do very well on it, that's okay. All right? Don't get overwhelmed. Take deep breaths. If you need to walk away from the computer, walk away from the computer so you can collect yourself if you do get frustrated, okay? I don't want you to cry or get upset. I want you to just do your best because that's all I can expect. I don't expect anyone to be perfect, okay? Just do your best. That's all I ask, all right? Go out there, do great things, work on the Interactive Student Edition, and come back to this video if you need help, okay? Thank you guys for watching.